आपने अनगिनत राष्ट्रीय और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सेमिनारों सम्मेलनों में व्याख्यान दिए हैं। आपने विभिन्न प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रमों, कार्यशालाएं, एफडीपी और सम्मेलन आयोजित किए हैं। आपके अंडर में पीएचडी और 60 पीजी छात्रों को प्रोजेक्ट में सफलता हासिल हुई है। सर की बहुत सारे शोध पत्र हमारे बीच में हैं। ये हमारा सौभाग्य है कि सर जैसे विद्वान हमारे बीच में है, क्योंकि मैंने जब कल सर से बात करी तो सर ने मुझे इतनी सॉफ्ट तरीके से बात करी, मुझे ऐसा महसूस ही नहीं हुआ कि मैं एक ऐसे व्यक्ति से बात करी जो इतने बड़े पद पर आसीन है। सर आशा है कि हमारा ये सेशन बहुत ही यादपूर्ण रहेगा, हम लोग को हमेशा याद रहेगा। सर हमारे शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत और अभिनंदन है सर। ओवर टू यू सर। थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू सो मच। Am I audible?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Suniti ma'am. It's my privilege to gratitude towards the director of UGC Malnutrition Teacher Training Center, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Especially thanks to Dr. Rajas Abbasi ma'am, the director of UGC MMTTC, and thanks to Dr. Suniti ma'am from Gokuldas College, Moradabad, for coordinating in a very nice way of this short-term program sponsored by University Grants Commission. तो बहुत ज्यादा सुनीति मैम ने कुछ कहा मेरे लिए. We are not.
नहीं सर.
That we are just colleagues. We all are in the profession of teaching. We all are researcher. Some of the research scholars are there. Some of the faculty members are there. And this profession is always have the opportunities to learn more and more. So we all are learners. We will interact to each other. Definitely we will have something. We will add something in our knowledge. All the research scholars are very dynamic now. Our students are teaching us. We learn something from our students also. So this is the very good platform to interact to each other, and we'll go for the conclusions in the field of the teaching profession. So I will start this topic, pedagogy and assessment. I think most of the teachers are from higher education institutions. Either they are from Bareilly University, affiliated colleges of the Bareilly University, or Moradabad University, or Allahabad, or AMU. So I would start to have some interaction from the participants itself. As a teacher, or if research scholars are also there, so if they will be a teacher, what they think actually, what factors, what are the components that will make them, they think that these factors, these components will make them a good teacher. What the first things comes in their mind when they are asked to go for the teaching in the classroom? What are the various points they will think when they will be asked to go for the teaching for the higher education institution? Either this is B.Ed class, or graduation class, or PG class, or MPhil class. So what they think, what the first thing comes in the mind of a teacher, or for the prospective teachers, whether they are research scholars, what they think, what components will make them a good teacher, an effective teacher. बताएगा कोई? ममता मैडम, are you in passenger bus? If you are in bus, so please mute your video.
No sir, college bus. College bus, sir.
College bus. So when you will reach to home, then you will open your video. Because all other participants will have some distraction. Any participant would like to add something in this regard, whatever I am trying to discuss?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Dr. Sarita
here. Yes, ma'am.
So there are many aspects for this. As we can say,
First of all, they should master of their content, their interaction, how they interact with the students, method of teaching, very important thing, and their body language, their personality, their confidence. Many are there. I'm just point outing some points and leaving some for other participants. Thank you.
Any other? Any other would like to add something?
Sir, whenever the deliver the content command also, and use the skills also. In present scenario, if I have जो मैं observe कर रही हूँ, if you have to मतलब कंटेंट तो सभी डिलीवर कर लेते हैं, लेकिन स्किल के साथ अगर आप करते हैं तो बच्चा उसमें इंटरेस्ट लेता है, आपके साथ जुड़ता है। और जब तक बच्चा नहीं जुड़ता, चाहे हम कितने भी इंटेलिजेंट हो, हमारा इंटेलिजेंट ना बेकार है, जब तक बच्चा उसको नहीं समझ पाता, बच्चा उसको लर्निंग नहीं कर पाता, ग्रैप्स नहीं कर पाता।
Anyone else? Anyone would like to add something in the interaction? Okay. Whenever we are asked to teach and we are assigned to teach any lesson or any lecture to UG students or BEd students, or I think some of the teachers are from biology background, some of the teachers are from mathematics background, some are from social sciences and humanities, some are from teaching education. The first thing, what we think about our teaching, this is what to teach. And this is the first important aspect of a pedagogical analysis. One day before, we will plan something. What to teach, what will be our content for tomorrow's lesson, tomorrow's lecture. So the first important thing is what to teach. What to teach means what will be the content. And this is the first important aspect for a teacher to deliver the lecture. As you all know, if some of the faculty members are from teacher education department, there are 3 phases of teaching. And the first important phase is planning phase. This is called pre-active phase. One day before or 2 days before, when we plan something, what we will teach tomorrow, how we will teach that thing. So this is the pre-active phase. And the pre-active phase is the most important phase. If our planning is good, so half of the work is done, and we will definitely be a good teacher in the classroom for 60 minutes if we are having good homework in the pre-active phase, one day before. This is the planning phase. And all the pedagogical aspects, there are 4 operations of pedagogical analysis, and all 4 operations of pedagogical analysis will be decided in the pre-active phase itself. If your pre-active phase, your planning is appropriate, your planning is effective, your planning is in a good sequence, your planning is good planned, your lesson plan is good, then you will be a good teacher. You will definitely deliver the good lecture in the classroom for 60 minutes. These pedagogical aspects. So these pedagogical operations, one by one we will take. The first important aspect of pedagogical analysis is what to teach. And this is called content analysis. Content analysis means what content we will deliver, in which sequence we will deliver. So content analysis means breaking down the content in a logical sequence and logical manner. What facts we will use, what terms we will define, what concepts we will try to make our students understand, what generalization we will do, what examples we will give, how we will illustrate our lesson, our content, how we will deliver the lecture. So this is the content why we will break down this content to make our 60 minutes meaningful. If we will go without planning, if we will try to deliver our lecture without any sequence, then our teaching will not be effective. To make our teaching effective, to make our 60 minutes utilize in a proper way, then our planning is must. Our content analysis is must. We have to break down our content in a logical sequence, in a logical way, from known to unknown, from general to particular to general, from simple to complex. These are the principles of teaching. So in teaching profession, in all the three phases of teaching, the first important phase is planning phase, pre-active phase. Everything we have to decide in this phase. First is content, what to teach. We have decided what we will be teaching tomorrow. We have decided what will be the terms we will use. We have decided what terms we will define, what facts we will give to the students, what theories, principles we will try to make aware of our students, and what will be the examples we will use. This is as per the content we are going to teach tomorrow. So we have to plan, we have to make our content appropriate for 60 minutes. It is not necessary and mandatory to complete the one lesson in a 60 minutes of class. You have to break down your content in a single chapter, may be divided in 3-4 lessons, and tomorrow is your first lesson. Then you will make your content appropriate for 60 minutes of your teaching, because you are only having 60 minutes to teach tomorrow for the PA first year's class. Then what you will do? You will have to try to understand yourself what content we are teaching, and second is why we are teaching. And this is very important. Why we are teaching this. The first is what to teach, and the second is why to teach. क्या पढ़ाना है और क्यों पढ़ाना है. If you are having some understanding of the National Credit Framework, UGC have introduced this, NCRF, and we are having the outcome-based curriculum framework also. Every content should have outcomes. Whatever we are trying to teach, there should be some objective behind this content. If we are having 6 units in our syllabus, so every unit, every content of every unit is having some outcomes. And on the basis of these outcomes, we will do our assessment also. So whatever we are trying to teach, every content is having objectives behind that, why to teach this particular content. So this is the second important aspect of the pedagogy. The operations of pedagogical analysis, what to teach and why to teach. Why to teach means our learning outcomes. What will happen after 60 minutes of classes? What will happen after completion of one semester? What will happen after 6 months classes? If a course is having 4 credits, it means there will be 60 classes. And in 60 classes, we are having 6 units. This is the content. And for 6 units, we are having some objectives, course outcomes. After completion of these 60 classes, our students will be able to do this. They will be able to understand, they will be able to define, they will be able to explain, they will be able to do this, reflect this and that. These are the course of outcomes. But when we are going to teach tomorrow, this is only for 60 minutes, not 60 lessons. This content is for 60 minutes for one lesson, one lecture. For this one lecture, again, we are having some course objectives. Tomorrow, what content I will deliver, and for this 60 minutes content, what will happen after 60 minutes of my class? What will be the change in the behavior of the students? What will happen when I will complete my 60 minutes of teaching? This is again the course objective, content objective, learning objective for tomorrow's 1-hour class. So in this way, the second important point is for the pedagogical operations, Second important aspect is our learning objectives. Why we are teaching this particular content. And when we plan something for 60 minutes of our class, we have to plan what activities we will do. And every activity has some instructional objective, because if you are doing something in the classroom, if you are doing lecture, if you are doing demonstration, if you are doing interaction, so this will definitely have some instructional objectives. Every activity is having some instructional objectives. If you are trying to know the previous knowledge of your students, what previous knowledge? What is the prerequisite of today's lesson? I am trying for 45 minutes of teaching. So if I am teaching this particular content, so what is necessary to having the information, the knowledge to our students to learn today's lecture? This is called prerequisite of today's lecture. Prerequisite of today's lecture. So this is PK testing, previous knowledge testing. So for these 5 minutes of your teaching, first 5 minutes of your lecture, this is not your new knowledge. You will add to their previous knowledge. And this activity is having instructional objectives. And what is the instructional objective for that? If you are from education, teacher education, the Bloom taxonomy, I think most of the teachers are scholars are having about this. PK testing means we are trying to know what students know, what is the status of our students. So for this purpose, we will write here that students will be able to recall their previous knowledge. Because in Bloom taxonomy, the first objective of cognitive aspect, cognitive domain is remembering. So they have to remember their past previous knowledge. So when we will having the information, the knowledge of our students' present status, then we will proceed our teaching. So for few 5 minutes of our lecture, this is also having the instructional objective. So any activity we are having planning to deliver for 45 minutes or 60 minutes, every activity is having some instructional objectives. So this is the second important aspect of the operations of pedagogical analysis, why to teach. So we are having in our hand the content, we are having in our hand the objective behind this content to deliver. कि हमें क्या पढ़ाना है और क्यों पढ़ाना है. हर कंटेंट के पीछे का उद्देश्य हमें पता होना चाहिए, और जो भी एक्टिविटी हम करते हैं उसके पीछे का ऑब्जेक्टिव हमें पता होना चाहिए कि ये कंटेंट हम इसलिए पढ़ा रहे हैं. इसको पढ़ाने से बच्चे के अंदर, स्टूडेंट के अंदर ये चेंज जाएगा, और इसी के आधार पर फिर हम असेसमेंट भी कर पाएंगे. क्योंकि असेसमेंट इज अ वेरी सिस्टमैटिक प्रोसेस. We cannot go for the assessment without having our course objectives. Keeping in mind the objectives of our content, then only we can ask questions. Because we are having in mind कि मुझे ये content पढ़ाना था, और ये क्यों पढ़ाना था, क्योंकि after teaching of this content, students will be able to define this. These are our objectives. Then we will assess whether students have achieved or not. So these second points, why to teach, is very important for entire teaching learning process. If you are not having the objective in your mind, you cannot go for a right track in your 60 minutes of teaching. So content and then the objectives, these are two important aspects of pedagogical analysis. Now the third point. The third is how to teach. क्या पढ़ाना है, क्यों पढ़ाना है, और कैसे पढ़ाना है. The third important aspect is how to teach. How to teach means कि हम कौन से मेथड से पढ़ाएं, कौन सा मेथड बहुत बढ़िया मेथड है. तो may I ask from सरिता रानी मैम और पृथ्वी सिंह, रश्मि वर्मा मैम, कि may I ask something कि what is the best method of teaching. Because now this is the third important aspect, कि why to teach and how to teach. तो how to teach में हमें ये देखना है कि कैसे बढ़िया पढ़ाएं.
सर वो मेथड सबसे अच्छा होता है जिसमें हमारे मैक्सिमम सेंस ऑर्गन्स यूज होते हैं.
वेरी गुड. और ममता मैडम, कौन सा मेथड अच्छा है?
By practical.
प्रैक्टिकल. ओके. रश्मि वर्मा मैम.
सर जिसमें बोथ साइड से इंटरेक्शन हो, जितने स्टूडेंट टीचर अपना एनरोलमेंट करा उतने ही स्टूडेंट भी एनरोल्ड हो उसमें अच्छे से.
बहुत अच्छे. दिस आंसर आई वांटेड टू लिसन एक्चुअली. पृथ्वी सिंह, वुड यू ऐड समथिंग सर? पृथ्वी सिंह. स्नेहा रस्तोगी. राजा.
Yes, sir. I would add question answer or dialectical method.
Okay. Any other from the participant side? There are 79 participants.
Sir, involvement of both teacher and student.
Very good. अक्षत. अक्षत सर की आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
I believe the way the student intended. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, sir. You are audible.
Am I audible, sir? Yeah. So I think the method should depend on the learner. It should be learner-centric. The way the entire class is able to absorb the knowledge that you are inculcating, you're trying to inculcate, with help of role plays, with help of case or anything, is the way it is helping the others. That is the best.
Okay, very good. Actually, I was trying to involve all the participants. And that's why I asked this question. Because interaction is must. There was an answer from Rashmi Verma ma'am and Preeti Mehrotra ma'am, involvement of students. The best method is, all methods are best. No method is worst method. Every method is good and every method is having some limitations. But one important aspect is there. Teaching is the interaction. Teaching is the interaction between two personalities. One is more mature personality and the other is less mature personality. Without interaction, there is no teaching. So we have to be interactive. Or for this purpose, what Sarita Rani ma'am said, और sense organs हमारा काम करें, वो बहुत जरूरी है. So to make our students interactive, हमें फिर वो plan करना होता है. तो first important aspect is कि हमारा interaction जरूरी है teaching. That's why I was just trying to involve all the participants, 79 participants, so that we can have good interaction, so that we all can learn something. So the third important aspect is how to teach. And this is very important. And it should be planned in pre-active phase. Because when we will go for teaching tomorrow, this will be our interactive phase, second phase of teaching. But what we will do for 45 minutes or 60 minutes, it is planned in pre-active phase one day before. So what we will teach, why we will teach, and how we will teach, this is very important aspect. How we will teach. तो कौन सा मेथड अच्छा हुआ? It depends upon the content. इसका क्या आंसर है? अगर आपसे कोई पूछता है कि what is the best method of teaching, तो what you will say कि sir it depends upon the content. Actually content demands. ये content demand करता है कि कौन सा method appropriate है for this particular content. If the content is of having the nature to be delivered by the lecture method, so we will use lecture method. If it needs some experimentation, so we will do experimentation. If it needs demonstration, so we will do demonstration. If it is question and answer based content, so we will try to engage students in question answer sessions. So it actually depends upon the content, what method will be most appropriate for this particular content to be delivered. Is it okay? So now you have to plan, this is the content and I will teach this content in the following methods. We will use strategy. And strategy means, the term strategy comes from the war. Because in the ancient time when the Mahabharata was there, so there was a character, Abhimanyu. तो कौरव वाले जो ग्रुप था, उन्होंने एक चक्रव्यूह बनाया अभिमन्यु के लिए, चक्रव्यूह. तो in the same way, in wars, soldiers make strategies. And in Hindi, we use Vyuh Rachna. Strategy means Vyuh Rachnaएं. So in the war, soldiers plan some strategies. Some soldiers will go from right, some will go from left, some will go from air attack. This is the strategy. In the same way, which we teacher people also try to make some teaching strategies. Okay, this is the content and these are our objectives to teach this content. So now how we will be the effective teacher, what strategies we will use for 60 minutes tomorrow to make our teaching more and more effective. This is our strategies. And in this strategies, we have to be very sensitive. Now, all aspects will come, scholastic and co-scholastic. I will come to the assessment also side by side. Because assessment starts from the beginning. If we are having the conception or perception that after completion of 60 days of one semester, we will conduct the end of semester examination and this will be the assessment. No, assessment will start from the beginning when you enter into the classroom and you ask some question from their previous knowledge. This is the placement assessment. We have to try to understand the present status of our students, at which level they exist, what is the status of their previous knowledge, whether they are having some big background information or knowledge of particular today's lesson, what are the prerequisites and whether they are having some understanding or not. This is the first step of the assessment. And this assessment starts from the beginning to know about the level of our students, to place them in our mind where they exist. This is the first step of our assessment process. Because what is assessment? Assessment is the process to get the data, to get the information about the progress of our students. And these information may be cognitive and non-cognitive, both aspects. Because as per the Bloom taxonomy, you are having cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain. So for affective domain, you don't have any particular content. This is the part of your teaching and learning. You will use the various aspects and strategies of your learners for making them emotionally mature, to making them a socially well-being. This is concerned with the affection. So there is no content. For cognitive aspect, we have the content of physics, chemistry, math, geology, botany, economics, Hindi, English, because this is scholastic aspect. We are here for the related with the cognitive aspects. But for affective domain, there is no fixed curriculum, no fixed content. We have to utilize various strategies, various resources for the development of their affective domain, aspects of the affective domain. Anyhow, when we are trying to plan about how to teach, these all things will come into your mind. How I will manage the classroom, how I will involve my students, because students are diverse learners. They are having different characteristics. Some of the students are of shy nature. Some of the students are extrovert. Some of the students are introvert. Some students are isolated. Some students are very social. Some students feeling alienation. Some students are slow learner. Some students are low achievers. Some students are having good IQ. Some students are having low IQ. Some students are having positive attitude, and some students are having negative attitude towards your teaching. Some of the students are having different background of their locality and family. Some students are having different language. So all these aspects will come into your mind when you will plan how I will deliver my lecture, how I will transact the content tomorrow in the classroom for 45 minutes. These all are, some of the aspects are cognitive and some of the aspects are non-cognitive. Some of the aspects are related with the classroom management and some aspects are related with the characteristics of our learners because they are diverse learners. All students are not same, but we have to manage, we have to maintain the inclusivity in our classroom. That's why we have to plan something, how we will engage all students, how we will involve our students, because as per the pedagogical principles, the most important aspect of a good effective teaching is proper involvement of all students, proper participation of your students. Because when you will involve your students, when you will having the proper involvement, participation of your students, it means you are a good teacher. You are effective teacher. Because when you will have the involvement of your students, you will be able to understand their learning difficulties. Let them speak. Let them speak. Let them ask something. Let them do something. Let them ask some confusion. Let them say something. When it will happen? When you will facilitate them. When you will involve them. When you will try to make them the part of your teaching and learning. Then only you will have the proper understanding of the difficulties of your student they are facing in the teaching and learning process. So for this purpose, we have to plan our activities. We have to plan our methodologies, strategies, how I will deliver this particular topic for 45 minutes, how I will engage my students. So there are some strategies. So you can have the mixed methods approach. You can use various methods in 60 minutes of your teaching. This is not fixed. It should be flexible as per the requirement, as per the status of your students' progress. You can immediately change your teaching styles in the classroom. It depends upon the interaction process. Your planning is always flexible. There should be flexibility in your planning. So assessment will come along with your pedagogical operations. That's why I was trying to say assessment is the fourth important operation of your pedagogical analysis. Am I right? The first point, I'm sure you can understand now what to teach. This is the content. Why to teach? This is the objectives, outcomes. How to teach? This is the methodology. What will be the teaching learning experiences for 60 minutes of your class? And the fourth is assessment. How you will observe the progress of your students. How you will observe the learning difficulties of your students. This is assessment. And assessment is the most important aspect which starts from the beginning. This is the perception among most of the teachers, students, that assessment will come when syllabus will be completed. No, this will come, this is called evaluation. But assessment starts from the beginning. When we start PK testing, previous knowledge testing, this is our assessment. Then we will start to teach, and during your teaching and learning, you, after teaching of 10 or 12 minutes or 15 minutes of your lesson, you cannot proceed up to the completion of your teaching, you should ask something. This is your duty because you are the leader of your classroom. Your students are adolescents, adult learners. They are in the age of 12 to 16 or 18 or 20 of years of age. Now this is your duty to facilitate them, to give them opportunities to be interactive. Some of the teachers start their teaching and end the teaching after 60 minutes without any interaction, without any question answer session, without any involvement of the students. Either they will use the PPT and explain the PPT slides, or they will dictate them, or they will lecture, give the lecture, and they will threaten the students. Don't ask in between, don't disturb me. Whatever I am telling you, just note down. And they will complete the lesson. But if you want to be a good, effective teacher, then you should involve the assessment practices also during your teaching and learning process. And this is called assessment for learning. This is not the assessment of learning, whatever they have learned. No, this is the assessment for learning. If we will ask something, it will improve their performance. It will be the feedback to the students as well as to the teachers. तो क्या करेंगे हम? What we will do? Rashmi Verma ji, would you like to add something? If you are teaching for 10 or 15 minutes, whether you will start from the beginning to end, and after 60 minutes of class, then you will say goodbye, or you will do something. What you will do?
Sir, can you please repeat the question?
Okay. Other? Anyone else?
Sir, I would book or
Sir, please repeat the question. May I ask the answer?
Actually, I was trying to ask, after completion of your 10 or 15 minutes of your teaching, whether you will proceed for the end or you will have some questions from your students. Because this is the fourth important aspect of pedagogical analysis. I think you were busy in some work, and Sarita Rani madam was present proper.
So it is important to ask some questions and know how much the students have understood before going further with the lesson, I believe.
Yes. So this is called assessment for learning. When we will give opportunities, because in our classroom, we have diverse learners. Some student will ask question from the content you have delivered. Some student will not ask the questions because they are of shy nature. They will ask if they are having some confusion to the other students after the class. They are having some hesitation to ask something, some questions or confusions from the teacher. They will ask, they will share their knowledge, their confusion with other students after the class, but they will not ask in the classroom. So if they are not asking confusions, this is your duty to ask the questions, to have the feedback. If I was teaching for last 15 or 20 minutes, so is there the students are having the understanding of the concept what I was trying to give them? This is the feedback for the teachers, for the students. We have to give the opportunities. And for this purpose, there is a strategy to rotate the position of the students in the classroom. This is called classroom management. That's why I was saying that the third important aspect is how to teach. So in this third aspect, we have to plan the strategies. what we will do, what lesson plan we will prepare, what teaching aid we will use, what PPT we will make, how we will engage our students, whether we will use some demonstration or chart, or we will write something on the blackboard. We will have the participation of our students. We will give some tasks to the students. We will try to give the projects to our students. There are so many methods, so many strategies you can use. So in this third aspect, this is very important, and you have to plan accordingly. Keeping in mind the diversity of the learners, you have to make the classroom management proper. And in this way, you can change, you can rotate the position of the students day by day. Because some of the students think that they are backbenchers. They will reserve the seats, and they will never try to be the part of your teaching and learning. They will never be interactive. They are isolated. They feel something and they feel themselves isolated. They will be the problem child. At undergraduate level, when we go for teaching to first semester students or second semester students, they are adolescents. And as per the quotation of the famous psychologist Stanley Hall, he said, adolescence is the stage of storm and stress. This is the very sensitive stage. And this is the stage of energy. Storm, तूफान उनके अंदर होता. So they will be disturbing element in your classroom. So you have to manage them. And we cannot give discrimination. We cannot discriminate them. We cannot pass any wrong comment, because the second term the Stanley Hall used, the stress. If you will comment, you will discriminate, you will say something wrong, then they will be under stress. Because this is the stage of storm and stress. So again, I am saying the third aspect is very important. How you will teach, how you will transact your curriculum, content, and what strategies you will plan. तो एनर्जी भी है, तूफान भी है, और तनाव भी है, स्ट्रेस भी है. So you cannot discriminate them. You cannot make bullying behavior. You cannot comment. You cannot say anything wrong. You cannot punish them. We have to plan something, and we have to rotate their position so that they will be the frontliners. Next day, other person will come to the front line. Next day, the third. Next day, the fourth. So you have to rotate the position of your students in the classroom so that they will become the active learners. Because if you will give them punishment, you will say, go outside, you are disturbing. No, it means you are appointed there to make changes in the behavior of your students. This is learning. What is learning? Learning is the desired behavior modification among our students. तो डिजायर्ड बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन कब होगा? जब हम उनको एंगेज करेंगे, न कि क्लास से बाहर भेजेंगे. इफ यू आर गिविंग देम पनिशमेंट एंड सेइंग जाइए, आप बाहर जाइए, यू आर डिस्टर्बिंग द क्लास. नो, वी हैव टू इंप्रूव इन योर देयर बिहेवियर. हमें उनका बिहेवियर बदलना है, चेंज करना है. और फॉर दिस पर्पज वी हैव टू रोटेट देयर पोजीशन. And some of the students are of shy nature. They are hesitating to ask something. Because as per the Jung psychologist जो थे, उन्होंने क्या कहा कि एक्सट्रोवर्ट होते हैं, एम्बीवर्ट होते हैं और इंट्रोवर्ट होते हैं. तो एक्सट्रोवर्ट तो आपके साथ खूब इंटरेक्शन कर रहे हैं. Whatever you are asking, they are responding. Because teaching is the process of stimulus and response bonding. जो लर्निंग थ्योरीज हम पढ़ते हैं, एसआर बॉन्डिंग, तो स्टिमुलस आप दे रहे हो, वो रेस्पॉन्ड कर रहे हैं, तो बॉन्ड बनता है, लर्निंग होती है. लेकिन अगर वो रेस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, इंट्रोवर्ट है, एक्सट्रोवर्ट तो कर रहे हैं, इंट्रोवर्ट सब शांत बैठे हैं, तो दिस इज आवर ड्यूटी. दिस इज द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द टीचर टू मेक देम एक्सट्रोवर्ट, टू मेक देम इंटरेक्टिव. इफ दे आर नॉट आस्किंग, वी विल आस्क. एंड हियर I will suggest 3 strategies for a good teaching. The first is preventive strategy. And the second is corrective strategy. And the third is supportive strategy. So what is preventive? What is preventive? 2-3 लोग इंटरेक्शन कर रहे हैं, बाकी लोग 73 म्यूट किए बैठे हैं, है ना? We should be interactive actually,
So you
because
can
we are all our colleagues, है ना?
you can make the students sit and come out of their comfort zone, sit separately, so that in order to prevent
मेरा पीपीटी आपको दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं दिख रहा?
not visible.
अभी तक बिल्कुल एक बार भी नहीं दिखा सर।
अरे
No, sir, we cannot see the PPT.
आप दिख रहा है?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can see it. It's visible.
Actually,
Now it's visible.
as per
Earlier
my
it was-
last 25 years of teaching experience, the one weakness is that I am not very much techno-friendly. And what I was trying to say from the beginning, the interaction is must for the teaching. So I rarely use PPTs in classroom. And I use chalk and board most of the time. I ask a student to come to the board and I have the interaction most of the time in the class. So, but this is must here, this PPT. I forgot actually to share this PPT.
I think sir, most of them are study for chalk and board. It's coming in the scenario of the poet.
COVID.
Comes for the PPT.
Huh.
We all are the study very easy from the chalk and
Anyhow,
board.
Yes. So actually these PPTs are planned to make the teacher systematic. Without PPTs, without your notes, you will be deviated. क्योंकि जब तक आपके पास एक सीक्वेंस नहीं होगा, आप डेविएट कर जाए, तो मैं डेविएट कर जाता हूँ, मैं डाइवर्ट हो जाता हूँ, इधर से इधर, इधर से इधर, है ना? But because we are teacher and we are colleagues, so the interaction is very good strategy to have some understanding with examples, with our daily life, real settings. We can interact to each other in a very good, effective manner. So this, what I was talking about, this
Preventive.
strategy.
Strategy.
First
You are talking
is
about
preventive
Sir,
strategy.
change the slide, sir.
जी मैम,
I think change the slide. I think
I
this
have
is
shared.
the previous one. Yes. I think this is the previous one you have taught us.
Yes.
So we are talking about preventive strategies.
Yes.
So
The next one.
This is the part of
It's done.
this is the part of the third component of pedagogical analysis.
Yes.
How to teach, teaching learning experiences. So in teaching learning experiences, we are having various methods, various strategies. How to interact with the students, how to ask questions, how to give the content, how to deliver your thoughts, how to involve your students, how to engage your students, and what strategies you should use. So preventive strategy means you have to prevent your students from the non-acceptable activities. Because if one is, please, Sarita ma'am, you mute your mic. If your students, some of the students are delinquent, they are problem child, they are trying to disturb your teaching, they are trying to disturb peers. Some students are not feeling comfortable because of our other students. So this is our duty to make our students prevent from such environment, such activities, such hazards. because Thorndike ने क्या कहा है? The first principle is law of readiness. तो हमें अपने स्टूडेंट्स को कंफर्टेबल बनाना है. We have to make them ready to learn. तो इस तरह का एनवायरमेंट, इस तरह का comfortableness we have to provide, because we have to lead our student. Pedagogy means to lead the child. Pedagogue, the person who lead the child. In pedagogy, this is the art and science and process of the teaching profession. How we will make them comfortable, how we will lead our students. This is the pedagogy. We are the leader of our students. We are the facilitator of our students. We have to play the role of facilitator also. We cannot go into the classroom and dictate and come out. No, we have to facilitate. We have to give the opportunity to each and every student, irrespective of their caste, their language, their locality, their personal characteristics. They are low achiever, they are high achiever, they are low IQ, having low IQ, having high IQ. No, we have to facilitate them. This is the role of the facilitator, because we are facilitator also. And the third important, we are diagnostician. We have to study the learning difficulties of our students. We have to study them, when and where they are having learning difficulties. And all these are the part of the assessment. When we will have the interaction, we will ask the questions, we will have the understanding of our students' difficulty. So we are the facilitator, we are the leader, we are the diagnostician, and we are the counselor also. If they are having some remedial program, remedial teaching, we will plan something. We will make ourselves ready to give counseling to our students. So all are the role of the teacher, because teaching profession actually is the obligatory. We should be having the obligations. We should having the obligation towards our students. We should have the obligation towards the parents of our students. We have the obligations towards the community, towards the society, towards the colleague of our institution, towards the administrator of our institution, towards our organization, and towards our nation. This is the obligatory actually. We should be responsible. We should be accountable. We cannot go beyond. If students are having good marks, this credit should go to the teacher. Because I was teaching effectively, my students have 70% of my students secured 90 plus marks, A plus. Why? Because I was teaching very effectively. The credit will take the teacher. And what about the 30% students? Those students could not get more than 60% marks. Who will take the accountability? So if we are ready to take the credit, we should be ready to take the accountability.
Our responsibility, sir.
Yes, this is our responsibility. We cannot go beyond this. We cannot say that students were not ready to listen. They were not, their parents were not having the involvement. Their parents were not aware. They were not doing this, that. No, this is our responsibility. You are appointed to improve their learning, to enhance their learning. You are appointed there. You have to plan strategies, because if you are a good teacher, you will plan the assessment strategies. That's why I am telling you these things, because assessment will not come at the end of your teaching of your semester. No, it will come from the beginning. And when you are a good teacher, you will plan your teaching for 60 minutes. And during this 60 minutes, you will plan some questions so that you will have the feedback from your students, whether they are having understanding or not. ये क्या है? This is called formative assessment. आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा, आपने क्विज कर लिया, आपने एक स्टूडेंट से पूछा, उसने नहीं बताया, आपने दूसरे से पूछा, उसने बताया. Then you will ask the third question, third student, and this is the second strategy, corrective strategy. Corrective strategy means if your students are responding, if they are asking, you are asking, and students are responding, and they are responding incorrect answer. They are giving incorrect answer. So now you will use corrective strategy. Means you will correct them. कि नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, दूसरे स्टूडेंट से पूछिए, तीसरे से पूछिए, अलग अलग बच्चों से पूछिए. Someone will give the right answer. Or if nobody is giving the right answer, you will give the right answer. So this is called corrective strategy. तो corrective strategy कहाँ आती है? जब आप क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. Let them speak. Whether they will speak right or they will speak wrong, but let them speak. जब आपको पता चलेगा कि बच्चे ने गलत बोला है तो आप करेक्ट करेंगे उसको. This is the role of the teacher to facilitate your students, to make them comfortable to ask questions. Don't threaten them. डराओ नहीं, उनसे कहो, पूछो. Whatever I have taught them last 15 minutes. If you are having some confusion, please ask. If they are not asking, you have to ask. From the left corner, from the right corner, from the front line, from the back bench. You should have to involve all students. Then you will have the understanding, the learning difficulties of your students. This is the part of assessment. During teaching and learning, this is the part of assessment, and this is meant for learning. Then gradually you will teach, you will change your plan. After 2 days class, for tomorrow class, you will change in your strategy because you are having some responses from your students. You have observed something, you will change in your teaching strategy. You will change something. Next day, you will try to improve your teaching more and more. So day by day, you will improve your teaching. And when you will improve your teaching, learning will be enhanced. तो डाइवर्सिटी को हमें ध्यान में रखना है. एक बच्चा है, he is very interested to learn, but he is having so many work at home. He is having the pressure from parents to do some work, to be engaged in other activities at home. You have to observe such type of students. You have to interact with the parents also, because you have to have the proper communication with the teachers, other teachers, and their parents. If he is having some responsibilities and you are observing his students is good, so this is our duty. And that's why I am saying the teacher is the counselor. We are the diagnostician. First, we have to diagnose the problem. Where is the problem? And again, I will say, we are not here to teach only physics, chemistry, and mathematics. We are not here to teach Hindi, English, and geography. We are not here to teach history, geography, English, Hindi, Sanskrit. No. This is the cognitive aspect. This is the scholastic aspect. This is the first H, intellectual, head. First H, concerned with the head. This is the cognitive aspect. This is the development of the intellect. This is the mental development, intellectual development. But at the same time, we are bound to the component of affective domain. We have to be sensitive for the social development, for the feeling of cooperation, emotional development. क्यों चलवाते थे गांधी जी चरखा 1937 में? What was the logic behind work experience? क्यों गार्डनिंग कराते थे? There was a logic, because that time teachers were not having the salary from the governments. Schools, colleges, institutions were established with the contribution of the society. तो क्या होता था? प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ती थी, पैसा होता था, रेवेन्यू जनरेट होता था. और दूसरा जो मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट था वो था फीलिंग ऑफ इंफीरियरिटी एंड फीलिंग ऑफ सुपीरियरिटी. एक बच्चा बड़े परिवार का सरपंच का बच्चा, एक बच्चा लेबर क्लास का बच्चा, दोनों बच्चे बराबर में बैठ के चरखा चलाते थे. टीचर और स्टूडेंट साथ में बैठ के चरखा चलाते. तो अगर किसी बच्चे के अंदर फीलिंग ऑफ सुपीरियरिटी थी और किसी के बच्चे के अंदर फीलिंग ऑफ इंफीरियरिटी थी, तो वो सब बराबर हो जाते थे, सब बैठ के एक साथ काम करते थे. दिस इज वर्क एक्सपीरियंस. गार्डनिंग सब करते थे. तो इन द सेम वे वी आर बाउंड फॉर दीज टाइप ऑफ डेवलपमेंट ऑल्सो. This is again the part of assessment, and this is called co-scholastic. If you have gone through the NEP 2020, there is a term 360-degree assessment. And when we are talking about the assessment, this is 360-degree assessment, scholastic as well as co-scholastic, all-round development. 360-degree assessment. All aspects में हमें development करना है. So in the classroom, there is no specific content that will be related with the affective domain. Second H, that is heart. We are teaching for the cognitive development, for the intellectual development in physics, chemistry, biology, botany, and economics, Hindi, geography. No, we have to be sensitive for the second H. This is heart, affection, affective domain, feeling of cooperation. We have to give the task in a group. प्रोजेक्ट देना है, बच्चों में कोऑपरेशन की फीलिंग डेवलप करनी है, इमोशंस डेवलपमेंट करना है, उनको डिस्क्रिमिनेट नहीं करना है, बायसनेस नहीं करनी है, उनको डिस्करेज नहीं करना है, उनको एनकरेज करना है. वो स्ट्रेस की कंडीशन में जा सकते हैं, हमें उनको एनकरेज करना है क्योंकि हमें उनका इमोशनल डेवलपमेंट करना है, उनके अंदर इमोशनल मैच्योरिटी लाना है. तो सेकंड एच इज अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट. तो वी हैव टू एंगेज देम in sports for their physical development, for their leadership qualities. We can give the opportunities for debate competition, for speech competition, for reflective level. We have to give them essay writing. We have to make them ready for co-curricular activities, cultural activities, ICT training, NSS, NCC. What are these? All these are the co-scholastic. These are non-cognitive aspects. These are not the cognitive aspect. These are non-cognitive aspect. Someone is having some query. I think Raja Lingi sir is trying
Yeah,
to
sir.
ask.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to know from your experience, since you have 25 years of experience, sir.
Hmm.
Actually, sir, how to deal with a student that is passing negative remarks on your appearance, like on your back? It's like you don't, you know, he said that, but he doesn't know that I have heard that. Like, should I approach him, or like how to deal with this kind of situation, sir?
Means what negative aspect means? What he is trying?
Like he's commenting on my appearance, sir, but he thinks that I haven't heard him, but actually I did. It
Yes.
happened with me too.
This is actually not only concerned with the students. If we are working in an organization, so when you are sitting with your colleagues, so they will be very good interactive with you. When you will left the office, they will start gossips about you. This is the human tendency. In the same way, students are having their perception. They are having positive attitude. They are having negative attitude, and they observe the teacher very minutely. They have something. They have perception about their teachers in positive and negative both aspects. But we are we. Our personality is our personality. You cannot change your personality. If some students are having some bullying behavior or they are commenting and they are saying about you, so this is not in your hand. We have to be sensitive towards the improvement in our students. If he is saying in front of you and he is saying in a wrong way that is not acceptable, then we have to realize them. Actually, they are students. And this is, again, I will share one theory given by Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud said there are three types of personalities, three types of behavior. One is id, second is ego, and third is superego. So id is unconscious behavior. Unconscious means pleasure getting. Id means idam. Idam means pleasure getting activities. Students specifically is at this stage from 12 to 20, they are engaged themselves in pleasure getting activities. This is id behavior, unconscious behavior. They don't know the consequences of this behavior. And the teacher try to make them aware about the reality. This is ego. It is concerned with the reality. What is right? What is reality? तो आपको क्या करना है? टीचर ये बताता है कि किस बिहेवियर के क्या कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हैं. So this is our duty to make them aware कि बेटा this is unconscious behavior and you don't know the consequences of this behavior. So we try to make them aware about the reality. This is ego. So in the same way, Sigmund Freud said, id is a behavior of like a horse, घोड़े की तरह. Adolescents are having the energy, storm and stress. They are having full of energy, like horse. But teacher will play the role of ego. That's why he said the relationship between horse and horse rider is the relationship parallel to the id and ego. So ego play the role of horse rider. So the teacher should play the role of horse rider. They are having the energy, and we have to give them right direction to realize, to utilize their energy in right direction. This is the reality, the ego. And the third most important is morality. This superego. Superego means what is good, what is bad. This is ethically actually. What is ethics? Ethics means our guiding principles that will govern our behavior. What is good, what is bad, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, what is right, what is wrong. So hum, as a teacher, will try to inculcate the value system among our students. What behavior we should try to adapt in our behavior and what we should avoid. So we have to make them aware about the consequences of wrong behavior. This is the ethical actually. This is, we are, as a counselor, we have to be sensitive towards non-cognitive aspect. That's why I'm saying assessment is not concerned with the cognitive aspects only. These non-cognitive aspects are the same important aspects of the human personality. For our students, we have to play the role of teacher, leader, counselor, diagnostician, facilitator. We have to plan remedial plan for the low achievers. We have to assess them for diagnostic assessment. These are the parts of all assessment. These all question answer, their study of our students. These are for the improvement of our students. This is assessment for learning. We have to enhance their learning. We have to make them a good citizen. We have to make them the all-round 360-degree assessment development of our students. That's why this is the assessment for learning. And diagnostic assessment. Diagnostic assessment is you have conducted first CIA exam, midterm 1, midterm 2, and you are observing such some of the students are not at par. They are lagging behind. Then you will try to understand the exact learning difficulty. You will plan some diagnostic testing. And diagnostic testing में आप क्या करेंगे? Exact difficulty ढूंढेंगे कहाँ difficulty है. Then you will find out the exact difficulty. You will make the remedial plan. This is the part of pedagogy. You will plan the remedial teaching. Then in extra classes, you will ask some students, those who are lagging behind, give them additional teaching methods you will use, additional strategies you will use, and you will try to make them to bring them at the other students' level. Then there is a very important aspect. हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनका अपना एक एटीट्यूड भी होता है और एक स्पेसिफिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स भी होती है. Because teacher from psychology and education may have the understanding of intelligence. Intelligence, there is a factor, two factors actually, G factor and F factor, S factor. G means general factor. This is mandatory. This is essential for a बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति. एक जनरल फैक्टर होता है, हर एस्पेक्ट में वो काम करता है. Because intelligence, the ability to learn new knowledge. Intelligence is the ability to adjust with the new environment. तो एक जनरल फैक्टर तो होता है, but its second important factor is S factor, specific factor. So every student is having the proportion of some specific factors in his personality. तो कोई बच्चा जाएगा मैथमेटिक्स में बहुत अच्छा, कोई जाएगा लिटरेसी में बहुत अच्छा, कोई जाएगा स्पोर्ट्स में बहुत अच्छा, कोई जाएगा दूसरी एक्टिविटीज में बहुत अच्छा. So as a teacher, we have to give the opportunities so that we can give them the platform to make these specific characteristics developed. तो स्वामी विवेकानंद ने क्या कहा? स्वामी जी ने कहा है कि एजुकेशन इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ making them their ability is perfect. जो अंदर already है, perfection of the ability is already present in man. तो जो हमारे अंदर है उसको बाहर निकालना है. तो टीचर हमें क्या करना है? फैसिलिटीज फैसिलिटेट करना है. तो उनके अंदर की जो स्पेसिफिक फैक्टर है, जो एप्टीट्यूड है, एप्टीट्यूड एक्चुअली पैरेलल टू द स्पेसिफिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स. एप्टीट्यूड इज द एबिलिटी, a present ability that will predict the future performance. कि इस बच्चे में ये एबिलिटी है, अगर इसको अच्छी ट्रेनिंग दी जाए तो ये अच्छा टीचर बन सकता है. That time he is not teacher, but he is having the aptitude of a teaching. So after completion of 2 years B.Ed or 4 years of teacher training program, he will be a good teacher because he was having the aptitude. He was having the specific characteristics, the specific factor of his intelligence. तो हमें वो फैसिलिटेशन भी करना है. तो ये कहना है कि 360 डिग्री असेसमेंट में we are not bound there in the classroom for cognitive aspect only. We have to be more and more sensitive for all-round development. We have to plan the strategies, assessment strategies for cognitive and non-cognitive aspect. And this in this slide you can see there is a phase when we start our teaching. This is pre-instructional phase. And this is the entering behavior, PK testing we do. This is assessment for learning. And then during instructional phase, we try to ask questions. This is again assessment for learning, formative assessment. And when we observe some students lacking behind, then we try to prepare, make a test of diagnostic nature. And then we try to identify the exact learning difficulty. And at the end of 60 classes, when you will be coming for the completion of your syllabus, what you will do after 60 classes, you will conduct end of semester examination. This is summative. This is evaluation actually. You will provide the certificate. You will give the certificate of A plus or A or B plus or B. This is the evaluation. This is assessment of learning. Whatever you have taught them, now this is the time to assess what they have learned. Now there will be no chance, no scope for improvement because process is done. Teaching learning process is done. Now at the end, at the completion of the teaching learning process, when we conduct the examination, this is summative assessment. This is assessment of learning. This is the evaluation. And it is again based on the course outcome that you have already planned. On the basis of your learning outcomes, you will prepare the question paper. Every unit should be covered. Every course objective should be covered in your questions so that you can say whatever we have decided what to teach. And the second important point, why to teach. Now this is the time to assess whether the learning outcomes we have decided have been achieved or not. This is the evaluation. And evaluation is the process of determining the extent to which the objectives have been achieved. किस सीमा तक हमने अपने उद्देश्यों को प्राप्त कर लिया है. This is evaluation, this is मूल्यांकन, this is summative assessment. तो यहाँ हम देंगे ग्रेड, यहाँ हम देंगे सर्टिफिकेट. तो ये जजमेंट देने वाले टाइम आ गया है. तो इसके बाद अगर सी ग्रेड है तो सी रहेगा, आप इंप्रूव नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि प्रोसेस खत्म हो गया है. तो इसलिए मैंने कहा ड्यूरिंग टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग इफ वी आर सेंसिटिव, we are doing assessment for learning, we are conducting quiz, we are asking questions during our teaching and learning, you are conducting midterm examination, you are giving them opportunity to speak, then you will be having the proper understanding of the progress of your students. And this is assessment. This is assessment and this is pedagogy. यही एक अच्छे टीचर की, इफेक्टिव टीचर बनने की प्रक्रिया में आता है. So from my side, and I think most of the aspects of the pedagogy and assessment we have covered, and I would try to encourage all the participants to have some interaction, the queries, any value added
Very
comments.
informative session, sir. Enjoyed
Because we all
everything.
are learners. If you are having something to add on, so I will accept, because I am here to interact with all the dignitaries, all are the educated, all are my colleagues. Something I can have, I think I have missed. So you can add if something is missing, but I am sure कि if all the participants are interactive, तो our 1.5 hour का interaction जो होता है वो useful, उसका कोई मायने होता है. So again I would ask if someone have any query, so it's very good for me. You all are very welcome. Suniti Lata ma'am,
Yes, sir.
from my side, if you will allow, then
Sir,
we can
जी.
have more session. But because अभी assessment का जो steps हैं, ये अभी मैं करूँ तो नहीं 2-4 मिनट में पूरे हो पाएंगे.
बिल्कुल सर.
नेक्स्ट टाइम कभी मौका मिलेगा तो इंटरेक्शन करने का, तो नेक्स्ट
हाँ
टाइम.
हाँ सर, आपने इतने कम समय में इतना सब कुछ बता दिया. मैं तो बिल्कुल पूरे टाइम मीटिंग से जुड़ी रही, एक भी मिनट के लिए हटी नहीं, बस वो कुछ जरूरी काम होते हैं उसी के लिए. और
जी मैम.
इतना इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक था सर, क्योंकि हम सब लोग के लिए बहुत जरूरी है. आपने हमें बताया कि हमारा कंटेंट क्या हो, हम किस तरीके से बच्चों को पढ़ाएं. यदि कोई बच्चा क्लास में वीक है तो हम उसे कैसे उसे मैनेज करें, हमारी क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, कैसे हम इंटरेक्शन करें. आपने हमें सर फ्राइड की थ्योरीज बताई, पर्सनैलिटी की, इंटेलिजेंस के फैक्टर्स बताए. ये सर आपने एक तरह से बिहारी जी की कहावत को सत्य सिद्ध कर दिया कि गागर में सागर भर दिया सर आपने कुछ ही समय में. आपने सर जो लर्निंग के फेसेस बताए वो सब बहुत ही जरूरी है हमारे लिए, क्योंकि हम सब लोग शिक्षण व्यवसाय से ही जुड़े हैं. मैं तो बीएड से हूँ, तो मैं तो ये सब मेरे लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है सर. हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हमें आपको सुनने का मौका मिला. आपके व्याख्यान ने सर ये बात स्पष्ट कर दी कि सही पेडागोजी ही सटीक असेसमेंट का आधार है. अगर हमारी पेडागोजी सही है तो हमारा असेसमेंट भी सही होगा. आपने इतनी जटिल अवधारणा को इतने अच्छे तरीके से हमें समझाया कि हम सबको बहुत ज्यादा सीखने का अवसर मिला. ये बात सही है सर कि शिक्षा तभी आगे बढ़ेगी कि जब उसका मूल्यांकन पारदर्शी हो. बच्चा होशियार बहुत है, लेकिन अगर कहीं ना कहीं उसके मूल्यांकन में कुछ त्रुटि है तो बच्चे का तो सारा मनोबल ही गिर जाता है. वो आपने हम सब लोग देखते हैं अपने दैनिक जीवन में. ये बात हम जानते हैं कि हर बच्चे के अंदर कुछ ना कुछ, जैसे आपने बताया, एस फैक्टर है. तो हमारा काम क्या है, उन एस फैक्टर को बाहर निकालना. क्योंकि हम सब लोग भी इस जगह पर आज पहुंचे तो हम अपने गुरुओं की वजह से. उन्होंने हम सबकी प्रतिभाओं को पहचाना और हमें आगे बढ़ाया. कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग के ऊपर बड़ों का आशीर्वाद है, तभी हम सब लोग आज एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं. सर 2 लाइनें कहना चाहूंगी. ज्ञान वही जो जीवन गढ़े, ज्ञान वही जो जीवन गढ़े, विचार वही जो दिशा बढ़े, पेडागोजी हो मूल्यांकन संग, पेडागोजी हो मूल्यांकन संग, तभी शिक्षा के मायने गहरे पड़े. अब पूरे सर सेशन की तरफ से, हम सब लोग की तरफ से आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर.
धन्यवाद मैम,
और
धन्यवाद. मैं
आशा करते हैं
एक्चुअली
जी
on
सर.
behalf of my all complete university, I would like to invite you all in my university in Central State, Rajasthan, because I am the head of the department, and definitely it will be very good if we will have some opportunity to call you all, and we are planning some event in the form of seminar or conferences. Then definitely we will call you all, and definitely I would like to thank to the director of UGC MMTTC AMU, Dr. Faji Abbasi ma'am, and to Suniti ma'am. She has coordinated in a very nice way. The entire session you were present in the session, and you introduced the participants and wind up the session in a very nice way.
अरे थैंक यू सर.
बहुत अच्छे से आप जुड़े रहे. दिस इज वेरी गुड. तो मेरी तरफ से आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
सर. आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर. आपने जो मुझे सुबह ही जो आपने मुझे शेयर किया है लिंक, वो मैं ग्रुप में शेयर कर दूंगी. और सर आप लगातार सर कांटेक्ट में रहेंगे हम लोग, और अपने साथियों से भी मैं जो भी सर आप जो भी आपने बताया था अभी आपके कॉन्फ्रेंस वगैरह जो भी होगी सर, वो मैं सबको शेयर करूंगी कि ताकि हम सब लोग दूसरे से जुड़े रहें.
जी मैम, थैंक यू
सर.
सो मच.
आशा करते हैं कि आपको दोबारा सुनने का मौका मिलेगा हमें.
जरूर मैम. थैंक यू सो मच.
ठीक है. थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, sir.
थैंक यू मैम. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सर. सर ये हमें जो पीपीटीज है वो भी